Hey everybody, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Today's project, well not today's, but this project here is meant to be a very, very basic little hot rod build. And I've shown it on the program before. You guys have seen it where I picked it up in Alabama. $600, bad engine, no rust, pretty rough body. It's to a southerner, this is a pretty rough truck. They wrecked it before. It has like a silver front clip that they spray painted on it. It's a 3.9 V6. It's bad engine. 904 transmission, no overdrive. It's an 88. This is meant to be a project that literally anybody can do. If you're a teenager, that's really what I was thinking of. If you're a teenager, what can you afford realistically? The only teenagers I know are my wife's little sisters, and they make like $10 an hour. So I figured that over the course of a summer, $2,000 is a realistic budget to get something on the cheap that's still cool. It has some rust up here in the cab and stuff like that that I'll have to address. But overall, it's a good truck. It's a solid truck. Gas is on sale right now. I have the header panels a little bashed in. They use this as a truck, even though it's a two-wheel drive V6. So I spent about $150 in fuel and another $60 or $70 on food and a hotel room to go pick this up. So I'm saying I have $750 into this right now. The grill is the wrong grill for the truck. It's broken. I'll address that after I'm done manhandling the front clip. In order to pull the engine, I'm going to pull the whole front clip, which I always do. And on this Dodge, it's pretty straightforward. You got a bolt there. There's a bolt underneath. There's two up here. Your core supports, and the exact same thing on the other side. So you get a trailer hitch up here, or a cherry picker up here. Pick this up, set it aside. These Dodges look really easy to pull. That's a 3/4 inch bolt. There's another one on the other side. And then, unhook the transmission. It's ready to lift out. In the spirit of keeping this simple, cheap, I picked up from somebody on the Facebook group this is a 5.2 liter Magnum, a 318. It came out of his uncle's truck. It was a running driving engine. I'm going to throw a carb on top of it, which is not cheap because it's like $200 for the intake and another $400 for the carb. So like I'm going to spend as much on the intake and the carb as I did the entire truck. But we'll get some headers on it, carb, intake, HEI distributor, something cheap. Throw it in with all the serpentine intact. Magnums mount back here, but they still have the front mount for the style that's in the truck. So I'm going to bolt this right to the 904 transmission. I'm going to throw a Transgo shift kit in the transmission. I'm going to jam it all back in the truck. It's going to hook to the factory drive shaft. All the linkage should hook up. Then all I really have to do is clean up this wiring, which was for the PCM and stuff, and figure that out. But this should be a project that anybody can do. So I still have a few parts to collect before I'm ready to pull the engine and transmission. But I'm going to do it all right here too. Like, I understand that not everybody, some people don't even have a driveway. So I'm going to do it right here in the dirt and mount the cherry picker to the back of my truck, I think, and just, lift the front clip off of it, lift the engine out of it, engine and transmission as a unit, and send it back in. But this should be, the goal is to have this done, complete, running, driving for $2,000, doing burnouts. I don't care that it's not a Gen 3 Hemi. I don't care that it's not an LS. I don't care that it's not a turbo. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is, can I get it in there and going for, a few $100 for a price that anybody can replicate. So next time you see this will probably be a time lapse of pulling the front clip. And we got some bad weather coming for the next week or so, but it'll probably be a time lapse of pulling the front clip and then pulling the engine and transmission. I'll try to do those things on the same day. And then we'll move on to bolting the 5.2 to the 904. I know 747 stronger. I know all that, but Again, it doesn't matter. It's a 318. It's stock. It's going to be fine. It'll be a nice little cruising truck. We can clean this paint up, get rid of these the trim and these weird fender flares and all this miscellaneous crap. We can clean this up and make this a presentable, nice little truck to cruise around in. I'm probably just going to go clean these wheels up, get some decent tires on them, throw poverty caps on them. Again, cheap, simple, fast, done. So hopefully you guys follow along. Hopefully you guys are into it. Hopefully some of you younger people who think that you can't have a cool rear-wheel drive project, and you can carry this idea out as far as you want. For another 50 bucks, I could have got a 360, which I totally have another 50 bucks. I just, I don't care, right? Like, you gotta, I always say you gotta be realistic about your expectations and what you can and can't do and what you're able to do. If you get into like a Hemi, it bolts in a transmission, but it won't hold the power. And then you need a 727, then you need a drive shaft, then you need this, then you need that. And the whole thing snowballs out of control, right? So my motto is get it driving. Do the simplest thing to get it driving so that you're doing burnout, so you can add all that crap later. You won't. You literally never will. But you can tell yourself that. Tell yourself that sweet, sweet lie, and still have a running driving truck, so that if shit does happen and you need to sell it or whatever, at least it's worth something, because this thing's not worth anything the way it sits, you know. But anyway, I see the potential in it. I hope you guys do too. I will end this video here and see you guys next time on The Driveway Engineer. Thanks for watching.